Okay. Hi. Um, I'm Namakula, and again, hi. And it's the last day of the year, and I hope you had a good year, and I also hope that you have a good new year, and all the best. But anyway, I continue with my talk, and this time is about religion and faith and beliefs and all that. But anyway, I'm gonna begin with the my wondering that where would someone get off, or where, at what stone or at what ground would someone stand on and say that I am a child of the devil because I don't believe in Jesus? I am a child of, I'm a worshipper of the devil because I don't believe in Allah. I'm a lost soul because I don't have faith. Where would somebody, or anyone, begin to draw that line and say that that person is worshiping the devil? Have you seen the devil? Who knows the devil looks like, or who knows God looks like, or what God looks like? So you have no ground. Nobody has that ground, and neither me. I have no ground to say that I know God. I've seen God. No, but I can say that I know me, and if I know me, then I know God. But I've never seen God, so I won't say that I know God. If you don't know God, you don't know the devil. Simple as that. So, somebody calls me a devil worshipper when I say that I promote my ancestral old traditions and old ways of living, old ways, you call it worshiping or whatever, but those traditions and cultures, and that by not believing in these modern religions that don't make me an atheist. It just makes me spiritual, and that's spiritual, that I know me, and I am still knowing me, I know that there is an Almighty, there's a higher being, a higher power that created everything, and he or she, or he and she, because there's not only he and there's not only her. So, but they are one anyway. But anyway, I know that they are there. The Almighty is there, and that's enough for me. But saying all that, I say that I appreciate my ancestral way of knowing that there's only one Almighty, one Creator, and that Creator created us, but also gave us guardians, and plus guardians, there's ancestral spirits that are here to guide us, to show us the way if we are lost, to help us, to heal us, to be with us, because we are our ancestors, they are us, they are in us, and we are them. And it's a beautiful thing to know that, it's beautiful. It's like, it's difficult to share that kind of knowledge if someone don't experience it. It's unique. Everybody experiences it in their own way, those who are spiritual. So why is it weird when I say that I don't have faith? I don't believe in things that I cannot prove, or things that I don't even know they ever existed, that actually I don't even know, but that's a wrong word maybe, but it can be proven that they never existed, And when you read those stories and dive deep into the books, you actually see, if you open your mind and read and read that book, even if it's a fiction, so you understand that it's a fiction. It's fiction. I know that it's a fiction, but if you are watching this, you're listening to this, for you it's real. For me, it's fictional, and I call it a children's story when they're going to sleep. One woman told me that, that those are the stories they were told by their ancestors when they were growing up, as children. And it was actually interesting because she's a believer. And then I was wondering, so you call them stories, children's stories, and you are in your 70s and you are still believing in those stories. Anyway, that's a different story. So, it's when I say that I don't have belief, because I know what I practice, that it's real, because I have experienced it from it, and I've seen things that a person who is religious will say they are impossible, even if in the book of that religion everything is about flying things and talking animals and walking fires and but yet they don't believe in the when a spiritual person tell them that I have experienced this, but actually I've never seen anyone flying into the sky, so that's scientifically impossible. Unless you grow wings, you become a bird, then that's possible. So anyway, and I say that I don't live by faith. I live by knowledge, because that's what I practice, and I use my free will, or my free agency that was given to me by the Almighty when I was born, a free soul, a free spirit to adventure things and learn and get hurt and get happy and leave it all, and grow from those. And that allows me to use my common sense, because without common sense, I mean, for me, things look ridiculous. Seem ridiculously funny. Well, not funny, but ridiculous. So, by using my common sense, it allows me to choose the right from the wrong without somebody or someone else coming and giving me a manuscript telling me that this is what you have to learn, how to behave, how to live, how to worship, how to things like that, that the things that I grew up doing, those are the things that our ancestors taught us, and we don't need those. We don't need the script to teach us to do those things, because we are born with them, and then we live from childhood with our parents. They teach us. We see them practice those things, the way how to live, the way how to be who you are. So the manuscript is right in there, and right in there, it's you. You are the manuscript, and it's up to you to understand how you read yourself, because you are the only one who is going to read you, nobody else. And if someone brings you a book or a story, and you take it to live that story, for me right now, after researching and experiencing things, for me that's a disaster, because you cannot live a life that is not you. It's impossible, and it's just impossible, because you always feel guilty because you didn't do it right, or do you think, oh, should I do that, or what should I do, But if you are you, But of course, maybe some people do need to be trained how to live, how to be, how to behave. What am I saying? They do. Some people do. But yet again, that's how they grew up. So that free agency gives me that knowledge to know that it's a gift, to separate right from wrong, because I was born with it. Everybody's born with that. Although right now I'm thinking that depending on what culture that person grew up in, or what are their ancestral, traditions. So, but anyway, everybody is born with that human intelligence, but it gets corrupted somewhere along the way of growing up with the knowledge from the outside, and then we lose ourselves. Then we don't know anymore who we are and where to go, what to do. But excuse me. And with that gift, and it's a power in the Almighty, I have a choice to choose to live my life. Not anybody's life, but my life. And yeah, I don't need a book or someone to come and tell me that, you know, this is a book from God and you have to live by this book. Yeah, I don't need that, because I already have my book in me. The book was created in me by the Almighty when I was coming to earth. And what's wrong when I say that I don't pray, but I ask? I ask because I know I will get, you know, I will get what I need, because the Almighty sees what I need. And I find myself thinking that, but I don't have this and I think I need it, you know. Just think it, and somehow it just, of course I have to do something myself too, you know. In the things you do, in the things you walk with, you walk through the road, you walk through, you get that answer, or you get what you asked for. And it's that you are being directed by that higher power. And I also know that God has blessed us. Well, now I speak for me. God blessed me by giving me the guardians, his sons and daughters, or her sons and daughters, and also the ancestral spirits that are always with me, and they are in me, and I'm them, you know. I am, you know, the over and over and over reborn, you know. We are who we were, you know. We are who we were. So think about that, you know, and you'll find you from the past or from the previous life. The spiritual one understand that, and I say that I will get what I want when I ask. If the Almighty thinks that it's a good thing for me, you know, is it good for, I mean, if it's good for a long run, or is it just good for this moment? And if I don't get it, then I know it wasn't. I have learned. When I don't get it, I accept that it's not the time, or it's not mine. I'm not supposed to have it. But yet, some things you have to wait. No matter how many years. Patience is the way. And when I say that, when I have obstacles along my way, I just call upon my guardians and my ancestral spirits, or my spirits, to help me find my way. And I'm always confident that they will help me, they will show me the way, and I just know that whatever way, it will be the way they see best, that is the best. But of course, I also have to be ready that that way might not be as smooth as I thought, because sometimes we have to go through bumps to get where we are supposed to be, to reach. It's not always that I have to just like, it's like that sometimes. And that one you have to accept and learn how to live with it and appreciate it. And when I say that, what the heck, after all those experiences I have gone through, that the things that I've seen, the things that I have things that have happened all my life, in this life, have been amazing. But then all of a sudden I come into a culture or a tradition where they are giving me some book that tells me that here is the commandment, and here is the salvation. You have to abandon your ancestral gods, and this is the only God you have to follow, or this only Son of God you have to follow. This Jesus, is your Savior, and those gods you have been, you knew they are evil. I mean, what the heck, how does the guardians and spirits that have healed, or they heal, that protect, that guide, that show you the way, that do good for you, how does that make them evil? I don't know. That side is way beyond me, and right now that I'm spiritual, I actually, it's just incredible. And that book, it says that my ancestral gods or spirits, they are evil, but yet in this book, in that very book, in many those of religious books, in one of them, the God says that think not, I quote, think not that I came to send peace on the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I came to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. That is in Matthew 10:34-35. What do you think about that? What kind of God is that? Because for me, that's not God. I don't believe in devils, but that's not a devil either. It's nothing. There's nothing there. So it's just a mankind made up story. For me, I know that. For you, it's a different thing. Maybe you are spiritual, then you understand. If you are not, then let it be. So, and this God, or this book, that you see how that passage I just read, and you look at the world, and you look at your country, you look at your culture, the culture that, many cultures around the world, the people before that book or that message went into those people, that message, those people were one. They were, doing things as one. They were loving each other. They were respecting each other, and they just live a life. But then after that message, then when it went into their heads and they are promised heaven, all of a sudden they don't love anymore each other. They are separated. They are divided. That message, that passage is exactly what is happening. That book, whoever wrote it, planned that this message, or knew that this message will do exactly what they wanted it to do, and it's doing a very good job. And it only takes thinking widely to understand it. And there are many passages that you clearly see that this is not a book of God. It cannot be, because God is love, and in this book is only evil. It's so much evil, it's so much death, it's so much hate, it's so much anger. I remember when I became Christian, and a person, I respected everybody. I had this, now we call it love, but the way it was everything was as it was. But then when I became Christian, I began to separate people. I began to see that this one, I don't want to be her or his friend. I cannot date that person. I don't like that person. I had so much hate, and now that I remember that, I was like, wow, that was some definitely a wrong journey I was taking, because I had so much hate, I had so much fear, I had so much anger, anxiety. All the negative things just came over me, in me, and it was just impossible. And actually, the only thing I was thinking about is heaven. Oh, I'm going to heaven, I'm going to heaven, I'm going to heaven. Yeah. Well, and I didn't have to worry about other people, because they didn't believe in my Jesus. It was my Jesus, my love, my only reason why I'm here. Really, I thank the Almighty that I snapped out of it. Sometimes you have to do that. Get up, wake up, and but anyway, that message is dividing the world. It has divided parents from their children. It has divided fathers from their sons. It has divided husbands from wives. It has divided the whole humanity. They kill each other for those messages. They hate each other for those messages, because of those messages. And one has to be blind to not even question those messages, or that message. So then I say, I say that how dare that book, because I don't know who wrote it, but the writer, the people who wrote it, they are wicked people. They have no heart. They just wanted to mess up everything. And that's when the evil or the evil doings began to come, because I don't believe there is one devil. No, the devil is in everybody. The bad side is in everybody. It's up to you how you use it. And those people who wrote those books, their evil side was the one that was writing those books, not their good side. So, and then this book, or this God in that book, dares to suggest that everything that I knew growing up, everything that was about healing, all the experiences that I went through, having those guardians and knowing that they are there. I don't see them, but I knew they were there, And believe it or not, you feel their touch. You just have to go meditate. Lie around to your bed and just get deep into your body, and you'll feel their touch, their healing touch. So, and then it says that all those protection and guidance and everything is evil. Even if this whole book is about evil, killing people, this God is ordering orders to slaughter women and children. Why would God kill children? Why would slaughter the children and women? This also makes me think that this God hated women so much, and children, or he hated human beings. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know why, but I know there is no God in that book, but these people, they hated humanity. And they probably wanted to create their own little world and be there, just a few of them in this, a group of them. So that, because that's pure hate. And this God who said to his prophet that go and hang all those people, all those who do not accept me as their God. And actually the prophet go and do it. Really, seriously, with his men, go and literally do it. And then they write it in the book. What is that kind of psychological manipulating people, scaring them then? If you don't do this, that is going to happen to you. What happened to those people? It's just ridiculous. The whole books, they are ridiculous, It's like today you say that I saw a flying pan there in the sky, and I don't know. I won't go there anymore. But that after all those evil doings in those books, then that God or those gods go around and say that my ancestors' gods and my ancestors' spirits are evil. But they never killed anybody. They never forced anybody to worship them, They never even force their own to follow them, because they are always just there. They have a free will also. They have a free agency. They cannot come if you don't call upon them, So, and all of a sudden they are evil. So that is a manipulating way of putting things. And for all that, I know that these, my ancestral gods with a small g, because there is Almighty, you have to understand that, the Almighty, she and he have children, and those children are our guardians, and our ancestors' spirits are also there to guide us, to be with us. They are us, we are them. So they are us from the previous life, we are them, And after all that, I'm supposed to believe, not to know. I can't even ask questions. I can't doubt this God or these gods in the books about what the evil has been happening in those books and what is happening right now. It has not stopped. It's still going on. So then I ask a question that if they are so powerful that they will throw me in hell if I don't believe in them, why even let me exist? Because they must have seen me before I was born. They must have seen right now that I will be talking against them, and that takes me back to believe that they don't exist. In those books there is nothing. It's just my manipulating mankind bad side. The evil side of mankind is manipulating and want to control people. So, and why would the Almighty, who, or they, he and she, are so huge, are everywhere, you see them they are manifest in everything, through everything that is around you, and they are so amazing, all the things that are amazing, and then they want these us small spirits that are born on this planet or whatever planet, that they want us to worship them and give our bodies to them. I never understood that. Why would I give my body to anybody that I say that this is not my body? Of course it's not, because it's a vessel, it's just a temple. It's a vessel, or it's a temple for my spirit or for my soul, for God's soul, because all the souls are a part of God. So it's a vessel. But I will not say that I give away my body to some Jesus or to some Allah and take it. It's not mine. So who are you then? Why are you even here? Why do you live? Of course, I know you answer that I live for Jesus, I live for Allah. But that's good for you, Anyway, but not good for me. So why would they want this skin, that is going to die and disappear, and the soul already belongs or is a part of God. And if it's a part of God, and then God, or if it's possible, which is not possible for the soul to be burnt, it's impossible, If it's possible, if it would be possible, then God would have a big part of him, or part, and I doubt anybody would like to cut off their hand, and perhaps I might be the eye of God, you might be the ear of God, So would you think that God will cut off the ear because you didn't accept to do what he wanted? Then that ear would go. So those are just my crazy way of trying to understand things. So, but that's how I see it. Every soul is a part of God, and no soul will ever be burned. It's nothing. It's you can't touch it. You can't hold it. So how the heck did the devil going to take that? You know. So it's just ridiculous. It's even crazy to whoever wrote it did not think. You know. So then I go back to back home when our ancestors worshipped, or they practiced their ways of living, their ways of life, you know, living with nature and the universe. You know, they knew that there's a higher power, and they knew also that the Almighty never intervened with the human affairs, and that was a job of God, of the Almighty's sons and daughters, because where I come from, the Almighty has sons and daughters, you know, and it's, you know, I also believe that it's a mother and father. They have children, because they have sons and daughters. And that one I know, and you might call it belief, but I know it is. And our ancestors knew thousands of years ago, even before Eve and Adam came to be, you know, came to be, because they never existed either, or they were made. They were not born, they were made, because human being is born, and then they made, the mankind is made. So Adam and Eve were made by man, you know. Man made Adam and Eve, not God. God gave birth to gods, and gods gave birth to man, to human beings. You believe that or not, then that's your thing, but think about it. Use your imagination. And when I say that God, or the Almighty, had children, the sons and daughters, I say that yes, we are the sons and daughters of the gods. Yes. But yet those gods all have one parent, mother and father, gave birth to them. So we have one Almighty, one Creator. So, and the mankind who decided to bring in these books is just a messed up power, wanting power, craving dudes, and their spirits are living on, and they are, because I know that people are reborn, and those people, they are here, they live, you know, their spirits live on, and they continue to do what they are doing, the manipulating of the human mind. But anyway, I would say that was my thoughts for today, and I hope you have a good new year, and I hope you had a good last year, or you know, the previous year, whatever. But anyway, I'm tired and I need to get some rest. So you take care and see you later. Where do I put this?